I believe that we will win. That was the crying call in the standing room only section of the Pope Physical Education Center by the fans, and they got a nice treat for themselves. They're going to go home very happy tonight. 79-70 was your final score. The Terriers come up big. And the concept of bringing home the tournament hardware is becoming more and more of a reality these days for the Terriers, as they are starting to look like they are ready for the big dance. Maybe that might be a little bit of an optimistic view here, but you never know. And I'm going to bring in the man on my right and to your left on screen, and that is Mr. Garay Alcala, our Terrier Sports Network analyst. And tonight, this was a great win by the Terriers, 79-70.
Yeah.
Great game by Brent Jones, great game by Jalen Cannon. The beat goes on.
Yeah.
What did you like about tonight's win by the Terriers?
Well, I think what I liked about tonight's win is the fact that they were consistent. I always, like in the past, I always said that if the Terriers had, 3 players in double figures, that they would have a good chance to win. And tonight, it was Brent who had a great game. 31 points, really carried the team down the stretch. Had a lot of late clutch free throws that the Terriers, desperately needed if they was going to hold on to the win. Jalen had a great game, 15 points. He was kind of neutralized in the second half. LIU came up with a scheme and it obviously worked. He didn't really shoot. He didn't have that many shots in the second half. And I think the surprise here was Eunice Hopkinson's game. He had 11 points. 6 free throws, six big free throws, and he had a great 3-pointer in the second half. Terriers definitely needed all these points tonight, and in a game where we always look to Glenn to have a great game off the bench, Eunice really picked it up. He was hardly used this season. Some games he didn't even play, but tonight his name was called and he really came in and he gave the Terriers a big push. So I think that's that's how they really got this one tonight. I think the fact that they were consistent, that's how they got this one. And I always said, when they have 3 players in double figures, they have a good chance to win, and tonight they did that.
And it's always hard to beat a team one time in a season, let alone twice. They beat LIU for the 3rd time here at Brooklyn Heights. How tough was it to get that win here? It
was extremely tough. In the first half, LIU actually got to a great start. It was 10-2, and the Terriers had to take a timeout. And we went to a commercial break, but after that, the Terriers really honed in, and they really clamped down on defense, and they went on the streak, and they were able to cut down what LIU was able to do offensively. And at the end of the first half, they were up 35-22. But just to show you how great these games are when these two teams play, every time the Terriers play LIU, it's a problem, just to win. And with that 35-22 lead going into the second half, a double-digit lead. As soon as the first 10 minutes was gone, the Terriers are up 44-40 with a couple of minutes, with I think over 10 minutes left, and they had to take a timeout. And after that, the Terriers really had to clamp down and really find themselves offensively, because they weren't hitting a lot of shots. What LIU was doing offensively was definitely working, and the Terriers had to find a way to get points, and they did that by Brent, who had a great game, like I said earlier, 31 points. Really, control the game with his exploits, getting to the rim at will. He took a lot of shots there, but he was able to get there. And it's been a changing of the guard. That we talked about that earlier in the season. LAU's been dominating the NEC for a while, and Brooklyn basketball, especially when it comes to this rivalry. And it's a change in the guard. It's the Terriers' year. They're first in the conference, and with this win, it just shows you that they're ready to compete and they're for real.
And as they continue their march to a potential NCAA berth, they have home field advantage, which is always nice to see.
Yeah.
How great is that going to be moving forward?
Well, I think home field advantage is huge. Nobody knows how to play in this gym the way the Terriers are able to do so. And, tonight you obviously saw, fans everywhere. It was packed. We talked about the student center, and I believe we will win chance. They even got into the players of LIU. They even got into the players' heads. One of the guys here, one of their seniors, actually got a technical because he was mouthing off, to the fans. So, the fans definitely had an impact on this game. They suffocated it, and I think that's what hurts teams when they come here. It's suffocating, and with the team's success, it's only going to get worse with the the cheers, and Terriers moving on to the next round. So, home field advantage counts. No team knows how to play here, like we do, and the fact that we can host all these games here for the Terriers definitely plays to their advantage, because pretty much when they play here, they're undefeated. So,
and also, they have a lot of veteran leadership on this squad.
Yeah.
There's a nice robust crop of people on this team that are going to possibly push them forward in this tournament.
Yeah.
Where do you see them going forward in this tournament? How far do you see them going?
Yeah.
They are one of 5 teams in the NCAA that have not made the big dance. So do you think they could do it?
I definitely think they can do it, but I want to hold my tongue there. I don't want to say any more. Let's wait and see what happens. You know, they have another game here on Saturday. And supposedly they're going to be playing St. Francis, PA. So I mean, we will see what happens. Do I think they can do it? Yes. You know, today this was a big win. You know, LIU has been a thorn in the Terriers side for years, and the fact that they were able to get over this hill, you know, it says a lot about this team and the year that they're having. Because, like you said earlier, you know, you asked me how did they, you know, where we get this win. I think it's all about the blow. You know, we had that big lead early, but can you, you know, sustain, you know, what you've been doing for so long? Will they be able to sustain, you know, the success they had? And they were able to do it. Like I said, you know, early in that second half, they were up by like 4 points after the LIU were able to cut that lead, and they prevailed. You know, so I think that's what it's going to come down to. It's going to be consistency. Can they sustain what they're doing, what works for them? And yeah, I don't want to talk this. I don't want to spoil what's going on right here. Let's see what happens. They're playing well right now. Let's leave it up to the Terriers.
All right, Garay Alcala, thank you so much for your insight, as always. And you're going to see more of the Terriers coming up this Saturday afternoon. We've got some more information for you. They're going to be going toe-to-toe with St. Francis U right here at the Pope Physical Education Center at 2 p.m. And if you want to get caught up on the latest news, features, and exclusive multimedia content from around the league as well as from around SFC, you could check us out on our website, as always, sfcathletics.com. And also, you could also check us out on our social media platforms. You know them very well. Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, as well as Instagram. We've got some great content up. Go ahead, like, comment, subscribe as you see fit, the whole trifecta. We'd like to hear back from you in regards to this 2014-2015 campaign that is shaping up to be very special. On behalf of the entire broadcasting team here at St. Francis College, thank you for watching the Terrier Sports Network.